That is the little bit there. And that's really dangerous for the monarchy. Again, an organization has dealt with the fallout over Andrew and Sarah. Like, this guy is selling his soul for cash here. This is basically a meet and greet at a fan conference. That's sort of what they're kind of touting this as. And that should be deeply concerning. That is not what rogue royals should be doing. If this was about, let's say, veteran affairs or something like that, I still don't think Harry is qualified to speak on that, but at least he has some traction here. This is a political, which he also should not be touching, real estate policy conference for Ontario. He has nothing to do with any of this. It's crazy to think he has anything to offer here. And so, it doesn't say exactly what he's doing, but let's look at the agenda. Oh, it says Harry, Duke of Sussex. Harry, Duke of Sussex? All behind there. That's funny. So, let's see. When is his speaking event? So, he is doing an exclusive conversation. It doesn't say what, but I think we have a little bit here. It says this is from one of the people I think founding it, Shannon Murray. More Than Real Estate says Prince Harry to speak at our Ontario Real Estate Conference in a few weeks. Prince Harry will be joining the Ontario Real Estate Association's Powerhouse Conference in Toronto for a prize on December 1st, speaking on service, leadership, resilience, and creating positive impact. Organizers highlight his work as a humanitarian, mental health advocate, environmentalist, and military combat veteran. Oh my gosh, the guy played video games in a freaking bunker for Pete's sakes. Like, let's be real here. But he's speaking on service, leadership, resilience, and creating a positive impact. He can't speak on any of those things. He doesn't serve. He left his life of service to indulge in life of hedonism. He's not a leader. His wife leads him. We all know she wears a pants in the relationship. That's been reported multiple times. He has zero control over what happens in his house. He's not resilient. He's a whiny baby. He could have been resilient. If he and his wife had tried to work through their challenges with the royal family, he could call himself resilient. Then he's a coward. And creating a positive impact, him and his wife create nothing but absolute toxicity in the world. So, he can't speak to any of those things. He is basically there to be as a person, let's say, at a fan conference. I have no issue with fan conferences. I actually am sort of planning to do one next year. But Harry, he's a prince of the realm and he's selling his soul for a bag of gold. And that should be really, really severely disappointing. And just to give you an idea of the pricing at this event here, if you're a non-member, let's say it's $4.99 Canadian. So that's 353 US dollars. For $353, you can see Prince Harry in person, guys. Because that's what this conference, that's why they want you to sign up. Again, by saying, see Prince Harry in person, what they're telling us is that there's no other reason to go to this conference but to see Harry in person. There's no other reason to hear him speak, but just to see him in person. He has nothing more to add. He has nothing more to donate to this cause. He has no expertise to add to this issue. He is just there to be somebody who I guess shakes hands and signs autographs, because that's all he can do. That's all he can do. The guy has given up basically on having a life, on having a job, on having a real impact. Instead, he's settling for fake ones. He's settling for a pile of gold instead of a life of service. The guy knows nothing about money. His wife encouraged him to buy a house way over their budget at $16 million. One that they can't renovate, that they're probably trapped in some ways. He can't help in these matters. But money talks more than Harry's experience. So let's take a look at this real quick because this, again, it's hard because it's not like I feel like a full-length video long, because usually my videos are 20 to 30 minutes. But this is the Powerhouse. Let's Get Moving event. Here we have some sort of thing. Register. The first Canadians' Best Political Affairs Conference is back. This is your chance to hear from influential leaders, political pundits, and powerful insiders on all things real estate policy, housing supply, and the Canadian economy. Aura's Powerhouse Conference is the political event of the year, and you don't want to miss it. Now, it's weird because I keep saying politics, but it's about real estate policy, housing supply, and Canadian economy. Can Prince Harry speak intellectually on any of those topics? I would argue absolutely not. The guy, again, he does not know about real estate policy. He does not know about housing supply, and he does not know about the Canadian economy. I doubt he knows much about Canada at all, but he's willing to go anywhere. And this feels like the event as well is really like overly propping itself up as something more important than it actually is. So it says here, valuable insights. Hear from prominent speakers from their time in politics and what they're doing to address Ontario housing. Can Harry speak to that? No. No. Networking opportunities. Connect with fellow realators, speakers, and potential collaborators to exchange ideas and to build your network. Again, can Harry help with this? No. But he is featured prominently. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. So they have this whole little bio about him. Does it say anything about what he's talking about? Not really. Here it says, see Prince Harry in person. That is the tag. Go to our conference so you can see Prince Harry in person. Ladies and gentlemen, Prince Harry is for sale. For any price, you can get the guy to speak meaningless soliloquies for a price because Harry has nothing else to do. He has nothing else to offer. He is just willing to go anywhere for a paycheck. And that is reality based on Harry's upcoming speaking engagement at, get this, a Canadian real estate conference, specifically regarding Ontario. What can this doofus tell you about real estate in Ontario? Literally nothing. He doesn't live in the country. He doesn't live in the area. He has nothing to offer. And even when you actually look at the website, it has there in the bottom in bold, see Prince Harry in person. The reality is, ladies and gentlemen, Prince Harry is 100% for sale. All you have to do is give him a little bit of cash, Canadian or otherwise, and he is there to stick for you. So, guys, we are going to do a little bit of a deep dive on this today. This will be a shorter video, but if you guys haven't been to Royal News Network before, my name is Brittany. I do provide compelling male commentary, so please hit that subscribe button. I would absolutely love to have you back. And as a reminder, you can still get the RNN necklace. They do have a Black Friday sale, so feel free to check that out. Details down below. You can save 30% with the Black Friday, and then an additional 20% with the code ROYAL20. But let's get into this real quick because this is sort of insane. This is really quite crazy because Harry has literally no reason to be at this event. Again, the guy does not live in Canada. The guy does not live in Ontario. The guy has no information about real estate. I imagine his wife found and bought their house. This guy barely graduated high school, spent his military time, mostly in a bunker playing video games, and was apparently too dumb to create a podcast. And yet you're going to have him speak on the, let's say, sometimes technical and sometimes complicated world of real estate. That doesn't make any sense. But Harry, I think, is getting rather desperate. I think there's actually two paths you could see here. Number one, he's desperate to reconnect to the UK, and he's using Canada as sort of a surrogate. If he can get the Canadians on his side, well, wouldn't you know it, the UK citizens will be on his side too. I think that's how it works in Harry's brain world. I'm not entirely sure, but that sort of makes somewhat sense. But we also know it doesn't make a ton of sense either. But Harry needs money. He needs a job. He needs a goal. He needs to feel some sort of fulfillment in his miserable life. And so to make money, he's literally willing to go anywhere where they're waving cash in his face. Now granted, I'm sure he's kind of declined a lot of opportunities as well, but I think as desperate times call for more desperate measures, we'll see more and more of these pointless speaking events. Like he even spoke, what is it, as like a Sachs Goldman or like some sort of big wig financial conference.